Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Everybody out there ready for the weekend? Well, I don't have any real set plans this weekend. I'm just going to continue with the car search. It's getting rough because my car's basically not running anymore. And every time I spot a car that I like, it gets sold in a couple of days. I had one I was going to go look at tomorrow. It's already sold. I was going to try to get a rental car to run around a few days and look at cars, but what are you going to do? At least my roommate's nice enough to take me to the store to shop for food. But I thought we'd finish the week off today by talking about how to start a raw vegan diet. And this can be for somebody that's never heard of a raw vegan diet before. This can be for people that have been curious about it. This can be for beginners. But it can also be for people that have maybe fallen off of doing it, that were doing it before, or it just might be for people that just it's never quite worked right for them. Because there's no shame. I've said this a lot of times in my videos. There's no shame. I think sometimes people dabble at this for a while. Maybe they join a few groups and they start interacting with other people, and they think there's some shame in taking a step back. If you got to take a step back, 2 steps back, 5 steps back to get it right and get to a healthy place, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to do that, because it's about the long run. It's about getting to our best health. But my very first advice would be, and this is just going to be a kind of a rough outline here. Step 1, go plant-based. Go vegan. Doesn't matter. Eating junk food, not eating junk food, eating processed, not eating processed. Just cut out the animal products. Get rid of the meat, get rid of the dairy, get rid of the eggs. That's number 1. Now, actually just regular vegan. I don't recommend most people just like go raw vegan overnight, but you could go vegan overnight. There's enough substitutes out there. There's enough recipes and things out there to where you could do that. The next step, I would say, after you're solid with that, you've gotten off the meat, the dairy, and the eggs, go whole food plant-based. Get to a whole food plant-based diet where you're eating real foods. You're not eating the processed stuff, the frozen stuff, the Beyond Meats, all that kind of stuff. You're just eating whole foods. You're eating, sweet potatoes. You're eating fruit. You're making salads. Even if you're cooking it, you're still cooking at this point. You're eating quinoa. Maybe you're eating rice. I always choose quinoa. I always recommend quinoa over rice. But you're eating whole plant-based foods. You're eating beans. You're eating food, actual food, not stuff that comes in a package, not stuff with a bunch of ingredients, but food. So get rid of the animal products, then get to a whole food plant-based diet. And then from there, you just start. Well, also too, let me add a little caveat there. Get to a whole food plant-based diet, and then if not in the same step, then the next step, or maybe 2B, would be go salt, oil, and sugar-free. Sugar, when I'm talking about sugar, I'm talking about processed sugar, sugar in products. I'm not talking about fruit, natural sugar, and the oil and the salt-free. All right, once you get to that point where you're doing a clean version of a whole food plant-based diet, some people, that's as far as they're going to go. And listen, while I eat a very high raw food diet, I probably am up in the high 90s. So many people clear up so many health issues just from that clean version of a whole food plant-based diet. But I highly recommend you trying out the raw too, going raw. So the next step would just simply be just start incorporating some raw meals. If you haven't already started that before, I'm kind of taking a slow, reasonable approach here instead of too many things at once. But before you get to this point, hopefully somebody's eating a raw meal. And what can be a raw meal? A raw meal could be just simply cutting up some fruit and eating in the morning. You could make a smoothie bowl. Smoothie bowls kind of combine a little bit of having that liquid for the smoothie plus having some other things in there. It can be nice cream made with just nothing but frozen bananas and maybe whatever flavoring you want to throw in there. Maybe it's a salad. Maybe you eat 2 cooked meals a day or whatever, and you eat a salad, or you eat that one. But just start incorporating raw meals. And then get on a program of just doing little by little. You just want to take a step forward every day. People are in such a rush, always like, gotta get there, gotta achieve. It's an achievement thing. But like I say, in the end, this thing's a marathon. You're just trying to get to your best version of health. So take your steps however comfortable you are with it, but always be moving forward. In other words, start eating raw food, and like have yourself a plan to eat a little bit more, whether you break it down by months, whether say the first month you eat raw till noon, or maybe you just eat one meal a day. I've always framed it like that before, where you eat raw till noon and then you extend it. But maybe you want your one raw meal to be at the end of the day. Maybe you want your one raw meal to be in the middle of the day, but just eat that one raw meal. And then, like I say, just kind of as you go, the first month eat one raw meal, the second month eat 2 raw meals a day, and by the third month maybe you eat fully raw 3 days out of the week. But just whatever works for you, just kind of have a progression like that, and just continuously be eating more and more raw foods and trying out different things. And also too, as you get a little bit further on this lifestyle, even just the whole food plant-based diet, one thing I've found is your taste will change a lot. There may be some foods in there, don't go in with a closed mind. There may be some foods that you're like, yeah, I don't like that. I've eaten it before. I don't like it. Be open to trying new things, because your tastes are going to change. So, experiment, try new fruits, try new vegetables, and yeah, just eat a lot of different, wide variety of food. Learn some recipes. That's very key. Learn some recipes with a caveat. Learn recipes, but don't get obsessed with recipes. Don't be that person that's online all the time. Every single piece of food you see, you just write in the comment, recipe. I see people like that all the time. And I'm like, realistically, how many recipes do you need? Do you need 100? Do you need 150? I mean, if you're still eating a standard American diet, or however you're eating right now, do you really have that much variety in the meals that you eat? Do you have like a repertoire of like 30, 40, 50 different recipes? I never had that many recipes, or I never even made that, like ate that many different things, no matter how I've eaten. So just learn yourself a nice little mix of recipes, salad dressings, maybe a few main courses, soups, what have you, and just incorporate those into your diet, because this is not a lifestyle of deprivation, or it's not like you've got to give up flavor because of this. In fact, you're going to find a lot of flavors that might be the best thing you've ever eaten in your life. I know some of the things I eat now, I wouldn't trade them for anything for the stuff I used to eat before, even just taste wise. I'm not talking about health wise. So yeah, learn a few recipes. Eat plenty. You've got to eat enough food on this lifestyle to get the nutrition you need. If you're not eating the calories that you need for your body size and your level of activity, you're not going to be getting the nutrition. You've got to be getting an adequate amount of calories to be getting all the nutrition, the various nutrition that we need in our body. And I would say get as much variety and as many colors as possible, because the more variety you're getting like there, and like those are the two keys to getting the nutrition on this lifestyle, is eating enough calories and eating a variety without going and chasing every single nutrient. Okay, did I eat this for this one, eat this for this one? If you're doing those two things, you are covering a wide range of nutrients, and you're pulling from a lot of different directions. Lots of greens for people that watch my video before. I harp on the greens all the time, and I don't think I can overstate that enough. You're always wanting to get more greens. There's no such thing as too much greens. In an ideal world, I'm eating a big salad every day with some other with some greens mixed in besides my lettuce. And I'm having a big green smoothie every day, and still I could probably get some more greens in there. But get those greens in there, and like learn as you go. Get yourself a couple of resources, like maybe Brenda Davis. Brenda Davis is an author I like a lot. She's got a book, Becoming Vegan, Becoming Raw. Even though he's not raw, I like Dr. Greger. You'll have to look him up, Dr. Michael Greger. Nutritioninfo.com, I think, is his website. There's a lot of good resources out there. So learn about this lifestyle. You got to take charge of this. Don't just don't just look online and take the word of what other people say. Do research. Go to Google. Go to YouTube. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? in almost 10 years of doing this lifestyle, there's nothing that I've done, accepted, or listened to from somebody else that doesn't somehow resonate, that somehow doesn't make sense with me. So if it's something completely wacky, which there's a lot of raw vegans out there that put some wacky stuff out there, if you're sitting there thinking like, that just sounds absolutely crazy, it probably is. So anyhow, there's a lot of different approaches to this lifestyle. Once again, don't have an ego. If you need to take a different approach, if you need to take a step back, if you need to do something different, so be it. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If y'all like it, please give me a thumbs up. Maybe share it with some friends, and I'll see you here again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Peace.